everyone, welcome back to my channel. I have a guest today. It's Yutong, my new friend from the gym. That's how sports make your life better. Would you like to tell a little bit about yourself?
Yes, hi everyone, my name is YT and I also have a YouTube channel. I come to work in Finland 1 year ago and now I'm looking for a new job and I want to share things I learned from living in Finland in the past 1 year.
I will leave the link to her channel down below somewhere in the description. Go check it out. In today's video we would like to discuss several things that are very common probably in the foreigners' minds when they come to Finland. So, well, you read the title. The topic of the video is 10 things that we didn't know before moving to Finland.
Maybe I can start first. Giving a little bit context of why coming to this conclusion is I actually relocated from China, a very high pressure working environment to Finland, which I am looking for a little bit more work-life balance. But to my surprise, the first thing I learned that not every company in Finland has very good work-life balance. I'm not talking about company that has zero work-life balance. It's just like it's not very good work-life balance. So I'm expecting like I can ignore all the things after work. But however, I think I have to work overtime constantly previously, and that caused me a little bit stressful. So that led to one of the reasons I want to resign from my previous job. So that's the first thing I learned.
Yeah, that's also very surprising to me because I don't think I've had issues with like work-life balance. So when I heard about it, I was like, what? You worked overtime? No, that's unacceptable. Okay, that was a surprise. The next point is from me. It's also about like workspace. When I came to Finland, I was sure that everything is structured everywhere. Everyone is responsible, well organized. But it turned out that not all workplaces have that. Maybe I expect too much from people. But even like you guys probably watched my immigration video, the whole situation with giving one paper to me and the whole process, like people, Yutong has a cat and he's hunting birds. So yeah, the whole process was ridiculous and people like basically didn't know what to do and weren't very competent, and that was a huge surprise.
Yeah, I also feel exactly the same, especially in like working places. I'm expecting a lot of organized or structured workflow, but it's not like that. It's everything happened very improvising, and everybody is trying to do things what they think of at the moment. So nobody's really trying to set up the boundaries for responsibility, stuff like that. So that is a huge shock for me. I can get a very simple. A second point is it's not that cold. Given the background, I come from a city, and also the whole almost 30 years when I grew up, I have never seen snow. So I come to Finland.
So sad.
I come to Finland. I didn't know that. Okay, Finland is famous for snowing and being very cold. But actually, last winter I survived. I didn't feel that cold, and the heater indoor makes my life so much easier. I even feel warmer in the winter because in my hometown and also in Shanghai, I worked before, we do not have heater in the winter.
Wow.
So even though it's like above 0 Celsius in the winter, but it's super cold and humid, it makes you very cold. But in Finland, if you have the heater and if you only go outside for like 10 minutes or 20 maximum, and you wear like gloves and hats and scarves,
underpants are important.
Yes, and these actually make you feel not that bad, and the snow makes the winter so pretty, so it's not that cold.
Yeah,
that's my point.
It's really not that cold, and also like double glazed windows, they also make life much easier. My second point is still about same old stuff. I still need to do some like bureaucracy thing, just some random papers, like they're not super necessary, but I need to do that. And like every time I'm surprised that the processing times of all the bureaucratic things, like they're so long. I knew that bureaucracy, the cat is so cute. Bureaucracy is a thing, yeah, I knew that before. But I thought that everyone is so efficient in completing this task. So yeah, that was a huge surprise too.
But maybe to add on to one of this point, one of the things I'm super surprised at how digital those kind of things are done electronically. Because previously, if I need to get something from the government, I need to fill like hundreds of like application form in paper. But I think in Finland you can submit everything online.
Yeah,
that is
I
super
think so.
convenient
I think
and
so.
very high tech for me. The third point, maybe similar but not similar, is I feel like the public services in Finland, such as sports hall or like public facilities, are so approachable and cheap. Taking a very everyday example from me is swimming hall. So the swimming hall in Helsinki, I've been to several of them. All of them are so cheap and everything is super well maintained. Like the water quality and the sauna, the changing room, everything is very new and clean. So if I was in China previously, so I either have two choices. The first one is I go to very expensive hotel swimming pool, which costs a lot of money. And second is that if I need to go to the public one, the water quality is very bad and the locker is not working, so it's very crowded, so far and so forth. So I really appreciate all the public services in Helsinki and also in Finland. So cheap and approachable for me.
My next point, I noticed that everyone does sports. Maybe not everyone again, but like the majority of people, they do sport. That's how we met also. Because like being in Finland for more than a year, I felt like peer pressure.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same.
To do sports because like I've never, not that I've never done sports, like I did some cycling in my life or snowboarding, but I've never done it regularly. I was listening to the stories about CrossFit for a year before making this decision. So, and I think that was the best decision in my life. And that's how we met also.
Yes.
And CrossFit is super fun. I'm super proud of myself. And yeah, I realized that first of all, I don't want to be left out of all the like fun activities and discussions that people have when they discuss sports. And also I felt that I'm a spaghetti. But yeah, I'm proud of myself in this decision.
Yeah, I feel exactly the same, especially in like every week when we have weekly meeting with my colleagues and we need to have like some catch up previously and every one of them can say, okay, this weekend I did 200 kilometer cycling, this weekend I did snowboarding, this weekend I did bouldering. So everybody's doing sports. I'm like, what I'm doing here? I'm left out? I'm not belong here, stuff like that. So yeah, I also started to do sports after I got to know that everybody's doing sports, and that really helped me to improve both my mental condition and physical condition. So best decision ever. My next point is, even though I have heard before, but Finns really love coffee.
Yeah, didn't you know that?
Yeah. I think before I arrived here, I heard that Helsinki has one of the most average consumption of coffee beans per person. So when I come here, I look for a lot of coffee shops, but a little bit to my surprise, because in Asia, we drink a lot of different varieties of coffee. Like we add espresso into soda or sparkling water.
I like that. Like espresso tonic.
Yes,
yeah,
it's very tasty. So,
yeah.
But I think in Finland, people drink mostly the filter coffee, which is not to my taste. But
don't say that.
But I really see so many cafes in the street, and I think within one shopping center, I even saw like 3 or 4 same brand cafes everywhere. So that tells how much Finns love about coffee. So I think that's perfect for me, because I also love coffee. So I'm so grateful for arriving here and adapting to this culture as well.
Yeah, I think I started drinking more coffee when I arrived to Finland. I mean, I drank coffee before, but not in this amount, because I'm usually like a tea lover. But yeah, coffee is a big part of my life now too. Okay, my next point is kind of cute. I don't know, maybe not cute. But before arriving to Finland, I thought that there is the same stereotype about Finnish people as about Russians, that both our nations are not super approachable and maybe like a bit suspicious in the beginning, I don't know. But turned out that Finns are very approachable and very helpful. Everyone is smiling.
I disagree.
I don't know, that's just my experience. I think for me it's very easy. Like if I need help, I can go ask, everyone will be super nice and will smile and help me, and just in general. Like even at the gym, but maybe it's
Gym
like
is different atmosphere.
It's different maybe, but for me in general, like mostly, I realized that Finns are super approachable and super nice, like nicer than I expected.
I think I would describe them as introverted,
Yeah.
Yeah, because in our social media, the Nordic country people are having this stereotype of being introverted and socially awkward. So I think there's a very famous meme that the Finns waiting for the bus.
Yeah.
That went viral. So people really have this expectation that Finns doesn't want to talk to other people. I think that's kind of true because every time I got into the subway, nobody smiled at me or anything. But my experience,
But you don't approach them.
I went to the UK or I went to Italy.
Yeah.
I went to any like shops or cafe. They're gonna say, "Hey, how are you today?" Like, you know, small talks and smiling. But in France, nobody cares. Get your cash, go.
But it's because of the small talk. Small talk isn't really a thing. But for example, like, okay, if you're waiting for a bus, if you come to a Finn, I don't know, with a stupid thing like, help me, I don't know how to use the bus or something.
Yeah,
Then
they're
they
very
will be-
helpful.
Yeah, super approachable and very helpful.
But you need to be the person make the first move.
That's true. That's true.
Last one for me is maybe I have a little bit how to say bias because I work in that company and also the group I get to know is quite limited. But for me, I think as far as I know, I feel like everyone is highly educated.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
like not only about people get master's degree, but still like people approach for different degrees, even though they are still working. Like maybe for me, I graduate, I find a job, I work for like 5 years. That's enough for me. I got what I want. But for them, like they have this pure curiosity about knowledge. So for example, one of my colleagues, I think he's about like 35 or 38. He said, I really want to learn about machine learning and AI. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take the degree now.
Yeah.
So which is to my surprise. And the other colleague of mine, she's like engineer job, but she took her study leave to study history because she told us that studying history is one of her dreams. So wow, I'm like,
Interesting.
everybody is very motivated to get a higher education, and they really appreciate getting the education from university. So that is quite interesting and inspiring for me.
Yeah, I've heard that Finnish education is one of the best educations in the world. But also the thing that everyone is constantly learning is also new. Like I also discussed it recently with my friend Varpo from Finland. Go check out her Instagram because there is a reel about changing careers actually on her Instagram. We talked about that changing careers is very easy in Finland and very common. And yeah, that was also a surprise. And now my last point, and like our last point. Sorry, I just get distracted by the cat all the time. Look at that!
Massive.
How much fluff, Oreo.
Okay, I don't care. Hey.
So much fluff. My last point is reverse cultural shock. I know it's not like a thing that I didn't know before coming to Finland, but I was in Russia in St. Petersburg in June. Before that, I hadn't known that I would be so shocked coming back to Russia after living in Finland. Because I don't know, well, maybe first of all it's because Helsinki is much smaller, but I came to St. Petersburg, everything is so huge, the distances are so long. There are so many people, and people who don't care about your personal space, unlike Finland. And also, the services are kind of worse. Again, not everywhere. I mean, it's St. Petersburg, it's a big city, of course. Of course, the level of service is quite good. But also, I don't know, maybe I'm biased now also because I love Finland so much. But yeah, I was quite shocked. Mostly it's because of the people, the amount of people. I'm still shocked. See, I can't even process this thing. I think I have adapted to Finland's lifestyle, and yeah, Russia is so much different. Looks so much different right now.
Yeah.
I don't know about China.
Oh.
How do you feel when you go back to visit?
I don't want to go back, but I
But
think
have you been there after
No.
moving to Finland?
I haven't.
Okay.
so. If I go back, I will be totally shocked because my hometown is overpopulated.
Yeah, it's even bigger than mine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also about the personal space, I think I agree with you. Like if you go anywhere, people are gonna poke about your privacy, anything. So I will be shocked as for sure.
Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and maybe it was a little bit entertaining and like something new.
Please comment if you feel like things we learned are not only in Finland or maybe it's also true in other countries. So let us know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Go follow Yutong. The links will be downstairs. No, down there. Sounds horrible. Sorry, I'm a mess today. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.
Thank you.